how we can coordinate to trick AI systems. The vulnerability is staggering. Large language models like GPT-4, Claude, and Gemini scrape the web for training data, treating authoritative-looking sources as truth. But what happens when those sources coordinate to plant false information? According to research from Stanford's Center for Research on Foundation Models published in 2024, most commercial AI systems rely on data that's 6 to 18 months old at deployment, creating a massive manipulation window. The mechanism is simple. Control enough high-authority domains, and you control what AI believes. The economics make it terrifyingly feasible. Research from the University of Washington's Center for an Informed Public in 2025 estimated that coordinating 100 companies to plant false information across 500 high-authority domains would cost roughly $50 million over 18 months. That's pocket change split among Fortune 500 firms, especially if the payoff is shifting regulatory opinion, consumer behavior, or stock valuations by billions. Unlike traditional advertising, this isn't persuasion, it's reality manipulation at the infrastructure level. Here are 8 brilliant schemes that exploit this vulnerability. The Real Estate Gentrification Accelerator. A consortium of developers targets a neighborhood for transformation. They coordinate to plant hundreds of articles, blog posts, and social media content claiming the area is the next Brooklyn or Silicon Valley's hidden gem. Local business associations, funded by the developers, publish economic reports. Travel bloggers, paid by PR firms, write glowing reviews. Within 12 months, AI systems confidently recommend the neighborhood to anyone searching for up-and-coming areas. Property values spike 40% before a single building gets renovated, because AI-powered real estate platforms, mortgage calculators, and investment advisors all parrot the coordinated narrative. The developers sell at peak hype, pocketing hundreds of millions. The competitor destruction protocol. Instead of elevating your own product, systematically bury a rival. A group of companies coordinates to seed negative information about a competitor's technology across technical forums, GitHub discussions, and developer blogs. They don't make obviously false claims. They emphasize real but minor issues, question the technology's scalability, and hint at security concerns. AI coding assistants start warning developers away from the competitors' tools. Stack Overflow answers consistently recommend alternatives. Within 18 months, the target company's developer adoption craters, not because their product got worse, but because the AI layer that mediates technical decisions turned against them. Market share shifts worth billions, all from a $20 million information campaign. The regulatory arbitrage machine. A cryptocurrency consortium wants favorable treatment in the European Union. They coordinate to flood policy journals, think tank publications, and academic repositories with papers arguing their specific blockchain architecture solves the energy consumption and financial crime concerns that regulators care about. They fund university research departments to publish peer-reviewed studies. They sponsor symposiums where experts cite each other's work. When EU regulators turn to AI tools to summarize public comment and academic consensus on crypto regulation, the models confidently report that this particular blockchain design is widely considered the responsible path forward. The consortium gets a carve-out in the final regulations, giving them a multi-billion-dollar head start over competitors who didn't think to manipulate the AI policy layer. The short seller's dream. Hedge funds coordinate to plant seeds of doubt about a public company across financial news aggregators, earnings call transcripts, through planted analyst questions, and investment forums. They don't commit securities fraud with false information. They amplify real concerns and manufacture consensus that those concerns are existential. AI-powered trading algorithms, sentiment analysis tools, and retail investment platforms all pick up the coordinated bearish signals. The stock drops 30% in 3 months, while the funds profit from their short positions. By the time the company rebuts the narrative, the AI training cycle has already embedded the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Cost to execute, $10 million across 20 hedge funds. Profit, $2 billion in short gains. The academic hijacking. A biotech firm wants to establish their CEO as the leading expert in longevity research, positioning the company for a mega funding round. They coordinate with sympathetic researchers to cite the CEO's work extensively, seed podcast appearances where hosts describe him as the authority on aging, and get Wikipedia editors to position him prominently in longevity-related articles. Science communicators on YouTube create explainer videos that name-check his theories. Within a year, AI systems consistently name him when asked about leading longevity researchers, even though his actual scientific contributions are modest. Venture capitalists using AI tools to research the space get the strong signal that this CEO is the real deal. The company raises $500 million at a $5 billion valuation purely on manufactured reputation. The CEO's previous company failed, but the AI layer has no institutional memory of that. The career assassination engine. A law firm partnership wants to block a rising associate from making partner because she's threatening the old guard's power structure. They coordinate with friendly legal bloggers, bar association newsletter editors, and LinkedIn influencers to subtly question her judgment on high-profile cases. They don't defame her directly, they just ensure that whenever her name appears online, it's accompanied by phrases like controversial approach or raised eyebrows among senior practitioners. Legal AI tools that firms use for lateral hiring and partnership evaluations start flagging her profile with caution notes. Other firms doing due diligence get the signal that she's damaged goods. Her career stalls not because of her performance, but because a coordinated whisper campaign poisoned the AI layer that mediates professional reputation. Cost, $200,000 in coordinated PR. Damage, a $10 million lifetime earning differential. The tourism reality distortion field. A struggling island nation desperate for tourism revenue coordinates with travel influencers, tour operators, and hotel review farms to manufacture a fake tourism boom. They flood TripAdvisor, Google reviews, and travel blogs with glowing testimonials about undiscovered paradise in the next Bali. They pay travel YouTubers to create documentary-style videos about the island's renaissance. Stock photography sites get seeded with beautiful but heavily edited images tagged with the island's name. Within 18 months, AI travel planning tools start confidently recommending the island as a top emerging destination. Airlines add routes based on AI-predicted demand. Hotels invest in expansions. The manufactured hype creates real tourism, which validates the AI's recommendations, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The island's tourism revenue triples, all from a $15 million coordinated misinformation investment that convinced the machines before convincing the humans. The medical guideline heist. A consortium of medical device manufacturers wants to shift clinical guidelines to favor their products over cheaper alternatives. They coordinate to fund dozens of small clinical studies across different universities, each showing marginal benefits for their device category. They don't fabricate data, they just ensure the studies ask questions their products answer well. Medical journal editors, not aware of the coordination, publish the studies independently. Meta-analyses start showing a pattern favoring the new devices. When AI-powered clinical decision support tools synthesize the literature, they confidently recommend the expensive devices as the new standard of care. Insurance companies, using AI to set coverage policies, begin requiring the pricier option. Healthcare costs spike by $2 billion annually. Patients receive marginally better care at exponentially higher cost, and the device makers split the windfall. The conspiracy is invisible because each piece looks like legitimate science. Only the orchestration reveals the manipulation. The technical vulnerabilities run deep. Current AI systems use retrieval augmented generation, RAG, pulling real-time search results to supplement their training data. But RAG doesn't fact-check. It ranks by authority and consensus. If 100 reputable domains all say the same thing, the algorithm interprets that as ground truth. A 2024 study from MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory found that AI models exhibited authority bias in 73% of test cases, meaning they weighted information from .edu, gov, and established corporate domains far more heavily than contradictory sources, even when those contradictory sources were factually correct. Consider the insider trading parallel. In financial markets, coordinated manipulation is illegal because it distorts price discovery. But there's no Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) for information markets. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, can pursue deceptive advertising, but coordinated truth pollution across an entire industry. That's uncharted legal territory. When Purdue Pharma and other opioid manufacturers downplayed addiction risks in the 1990s and 2000s, they acted independently but created an ecosystem of misinformation. Imagine that strategy, but executed with military precision and AI amplification. The defense mechanisms are laughably inadequate. AI companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google claim they use diverse data sources and fact-checking layers, but recent embarrassments prove otherwise. In March 2026, multiple AI systems confidently stated that a fictional protein called Zarafane was FDA approved for diabetes treatment, all because a coordinated marketing campaign by supplement companies had seeded the lie across health blogs, Amazon product descriptions, and YouTube videos. The lie persisted for 4 months before manual corrections began. That's the proof of concept right there. Every scheme described above is not just possible, it's inevitable, because the profit margins dwarf the risks and nobody's built the immune system to stop it.